Hello friends, this is Nima, and today I'm doing this quick video to show you the technique that I use to make this type of cards. Now a few days ago I posted these cards and let's see if you can see it in here. What I'm doing in here is that I'm using a stencil, just a regular stencil, and then I'm doing those dry embossing just on specific portion. I did the same for these other cards, and in these other cards I used the brick stencil, and instead of doing an impression on the entire card, I just selected certain areas. I painted this one, I added some color, and but here is one where I didn't add too much color, and you see that the impression is only in some specific areas. So I'm making this video to show you the method that I use to do this. To demo this method, I'm gonna work with the same stencil that I use for these two cards in here. This is the brick stencil. And also I need some foam. I'm using this brand. It's the 6mm thickness because it's a lot more dense than the generic one that is the same thickness but is softer. Right? So we need one that it is a lot more dense. And I'm gonna do this demo the first time with my the Big Shot, and let me just bring this in. I'm gonna do this demo with the Big Shot, and then I'm gonna do it with an electronic machine. So normally I will use the regular sandwich. If I'm just gonna do the classic stencil where you put the page and the stencil on top and then run it through it so you can get the impression on the entire page, but this is not what we want in here. Instead of doing, I'm gonna try to see if we can get to see it in here, that this is for the entire page. Instead of doing that, I'm going to try to do something like this, where we get the impression, it's a partial impression in the areas that you want. So we're going to change this sandwich in here, and we're going to get rid of this one. We're not going to use this one, and I have replaced that with let's put this in here so you can see it. So here is what I have. I have, this is just like, I use this one when I'm doing blending. So it's a blending mat that I have cut in two. And that's gonna replace my other layer. And this is because I'm doing this, I'm using this machine in here. Now, in order to accommodate my pieces on the area that I want, I simply draw these stencils in here, these shapes in here, just to know exactly where am I gonna put my parts, the pieces that I'm gonna impress on my card. The next thing that I have is that I have cut some pieces of the foam, and if I'm gonna do that card in here, I have a window that it shows in one corner. So I have just this in here. I'm gonna put it in here just as for now, and I already pre-cut this in here, and this is with the foam that I told you, the very dense one, and I'm going to position this based on my frame anywhere I want. Let's say that I want to put my my window will be right in there. Yeah, so I like to show this part like this. That's where the window will go, and this is gonna be the bottom part of the brick, and I'm gonna add another piece on the other side. And these are the areas that they're eventually showing in the card, right? So let's get rid of this. We don't need this now. Then I'm gonna place on top my card. The impression will be on the top. So after I cut my card, the part that is gonna be on the face of my card is gonna be facing up. And this is another reason why I draw that shape around. And then I'm gonna add just a thin layer of paper, like just the regular printed paper. The reason why I'm doing this is because I don't want any extra mark on the areas where I don't have the foam. And then I'm going to position the stencil. And then you will just have to crank this. If you think you need more pressure or less pressure, play with the shims that I put in the bottom, the layers that I put in the bottom. Let's see what I have. Let's put that away. So this in here is the original layer. So we have, in fact, in here we can do like a 2-in-1, because if you look at the paper in here, and this is the one from the printer, it has the impressions the way that I want it. And then I have the card, and I wish you could see a little better. Let's see, maybe, yeah, moving the light will help. So you can see in here that the impression is just exactly in the areas that I defined with the foam. And I still have this one sticking here. And if you look in the back, it's actually pretty nice, the back as well. So I feel sometimes that you can use either side in there. But this is the way that I make that impression to show only on specific areas. Now I did try in a different machine and it works as well. And I try in an electronic machine and it works very well. What you need to do is play with the sandwiches, play with the layers, and make sure that you get the right pressure. You want to make sure that you don't get anything, no stems, nothing on the areas where you don't have the foam. If you put too much pressure, you're going to get something like this, where you have a very well section in here, but you still have some marks in here. And again, what you want is just to keep the paper the way it was, plain, and then have the impression only on those sections in there. Well, I hope this quick video will help you to understand the process, and you can start making some of these partial stencil impressions. See you on the next one.